Live with Endpoint versus London Esports. Best of 3, this is map 1. London Esports coming in off the back of a huge win against CEX. They'll look to try and dominate early again, as we've seen them do, as they make their push on to... There's a hell of a mix up there as Janko and Robin start to clear house. So Cass is available, and JS will also pick up a kill there before getting taken down. Pulse and Russ doing a fair bit of legwork there, in fact, to pull the first round back. We're into round 2 already. Very quick first round there from Endpoint, managing to take the first from London Esports. As you can see, the bomb is going to be going top side. Leaf will get picked up by Robin, not before taking quite a lot of damage there. Meanwhile, able to pick up Russ. More damage done to Robin, but he manages to get away in time. Janko puts JS down. With 5 HP there. He's going to look to help push Janko into a boost so you can see through into toilets. We'll be able to see a player come out from either side, in fact, in that position. But in the end, Soulcast is able to land some perfectly placed shots. Robin will get the back turn on Soulcast, and ZNX also falls to Robin, who with 5 HP did quite well there to keep that momentum going. Round 3 now. Endpoint leading the way to nothing with London Esports. So weapons being traded around there by Endpoint. Had a bit of a chance to rest up. Straight back in the action, spreading out to get ready to defend those sites. Well, we're looking to try and wallbang through there, but don't find anyone because no one's actually there as of yet. As the esports look to make their way up the staircase by the looks of things. Gone for a full buy on the 3rd round. A little bit of utility spread amongst the players, but vast amount in the grand scheme of things. That economy is very low and it needs to pay off here. Flashbang coming in, pushing some of those players now down into the B side. The rotates are starting to come through from Endpoint. That flashbang will go big for Cryptix as he manages to clear ZNX and Leaf, and then come back up with enough time to hit Imai and finish the round off. It's a good team play there from Endpoint, even pushing us now into round 4. That last round did not pay off for London Esports, and they're going to suffer the consequences now of buying up so early on. Molotov will do a little bit of damage to Soulcast, not a huge amount, but will have somewhat of an impact on him. Russ is able to get a quick frag there onto JS. A short burst, played nicely there, clearing that player. Robin finally gets the wallbang that he's been trying to get, and Pulse will pick up ZNX. Leaf now looking to try and convert those deagle shots, and it does in fact, actually, with Cryptix and Pulse managing to be taken down, but Robin is there to secure the extra kill. Bomb quite some distance away from Soulcast. He will get caught out with his back turned to Russ. Endpoint leading 4-0 as we go into round 5. There's a match pause called. So we'll wait to see what happens going forward. very early on in the first map. Endpoint looking to make a mark here and succeeding in doing so, winning the first 4 rounds back to back. They have been comfortable rounds as well, in fact. As you can see from the economy standpoint, at least anyway, Endpoint holding quite strong with a lot of money spread out between 3 of their players, Cryptics, Robin and Russ. I want to go in for another buy. Do you have an open play though, so that may come in handy. Emai wasn't up too much in the first half of the first map we saw him play in the last game, but definitely stepped up the heat into the second half and the second map. Pause is back on. Pause taken off and then repaused again. So we're going to wait and see what these teams are up to. We haven't lost any players, so someone is having a bit of a team chat there, but the pause now comes off and we're back live in round 5. Big round needed here from London Esports. We did see, however, in the first half of the first map, they've just come off the back of winning the 2 maps on. They lack a little bit of a competitive edge to begin with, but got a second win and pushed on through. Robin again trying to get the wallbang. Does land some powerful shots into Sulcas. Was behind here. We'll look to clear JS out. Robin again just looking to try and get as much damage as he can through that wall. The Soulcast will take the brunt of a grenade and ends up getting picked through Robin. Wallbanging once again. Russ also laying the extra damage needed to knock ZNX out of the fight, and Pulse getting picked. The Pulse picking Leaf. Leaves Emai in a bit of a precarious position. So he needs to try and keep this up if he can. But they are hunting him, so he will have to try and make some sort of maneuver and some sort of play, but Russ is quickly there to take the kill and also retrieve the orb. Taking that through now for Team Endpoint into round 6. London Esports still on a 5-round deficit now. Do have 3 Deagles, 1 CZ and a Mach 10 to work with as they go into round 6. First picking up from Russ. He lands the shot on the Soulcast, but not enough to not enough to take him down. Robin will look to try and assist whatever way you can in slowing that movement down. I pop a flashbang up overhead. I'll be retrieved by ZNX as they try and figure out which direction they want to start looking to move with the bomb. Does in the end land a shot onto Leaf. Emai also gets taken down. ZNX is able to pick him up, but Robin comes on top of the fight between Soulcas and him, as well as JS in fact in the end. We are in a LAN hall. There are 3,000 other people I believe in the LAN hall that we're in, and we also have a main stage not too far away from where I'm sat. So a lot of the noise you'll be able to hear is I believe it's the TF2 finals actually ongoing on stage. Russ will look to be dangerous with this AWP as he pushes from party. The flashbang will upset the apple cart there as he loses it. Very, very deep into enemy territory. Shots landing from Leaf onto Robin. Robin is able to trade a little bit of damage, but again, not enough, as it would seem, to secure the kill. 6 rounds and nothing still is we're in round 7 now with London Esports trailing. Jenko will pick up JS, but Leaf is there to take Jenko down in the end. Not without suffering an enormous amount of damage himself, but still getting damaged nonetheless. Soulcat will pick up 1 in the form of Cryptics, and Pulse will pick up EMI and the bomb drop, in fact, as well. No last man standing will look to try and hunt Soulcast down. He is successful in his venture of doing this. His back is turned, but Leafy is there in front of him. He will pick up Leafy. ZNX is all that stands between him and round 7, and he manages to secure the kill. What an amazing 4-man clutch there. Unbelievable round, in fact, for Pulse. Really put in that hog to work. 7-0 now as we go into round 8. A lot of esports needing to pull something together here relatively quickly if they can. Trying to recuperate some of these lost rounds. Flashbang will go deep. So that grenade as well, but doesn't actually connect with anyone in the end. Russ is eager to add more to his tally and will do with a connecting shot onto JS. ZNX now looking to beef up his team's push, but Pulse will take down the Soulcast, stopping his 1-man flank into B. Yuma will manage to trade out his Mac 10 for an Uzi. Sorry, his Mac 10 for an AK even. And Jenko is standing by, sees the shoulder peek from EMI and does secure the kill in the end. Russ is just going for it in this round with that AWP. Trying to do as much damage as he possibly can. Jenko with 12 HP making a better decision of pulling back rather than continuing to press on. And it falls to Leaf to make some sort of decision, but Russ again going massive with that, managing to secure an additional kill for his team and win the round out. 8 rounds to nothing as we head into round 9 in this best of 3. There is a pause called. Again, this is the first map of 3 potential maps. Endpoint at the moment seem to be pushing as much as they possibly can to get this map over with as quick as they possibly can. Match pause in play at the moment. We'll wait for some time. We'll check the leaderboards out. As we can see, Pulse and Russ, as well as Robin, doing quite a lot of damage to this London Esports team. The average damage speaks for itself. Pulse with a 5 KD ratio, and Robin also up there with him with 5 KD ratio. Endpoint seem to be ready to rock and roll. Yep, we're ready to go as we go into round 9. Who would have thought that TF2 is very popular, as you can hear in the background as the fans chant and scream at the main stage. But we're here and we're covering Counter-Strike for you this afternoon, or this evening now I should say. We're being 8:15 here in the UK. That Molotov will do a lot of damage, but it won't stop. We'll roll forward. Cryptics is just stood waiting. He gets a massive 4K and gets the ace. What a fantastic round there from Cryptics. Unbelievable play, in fact. They're securing round 9 for Endpoint as we go into round 10. This is definitely not the best matchup at the moment, and we can see London Esports trying to do as much as they possibly can to recover, but just unable to really find for lack of a better way of putting it, luck in this game. Robin will look to pop a grenade over the wall. He's going to try and spam some shots through. Does connect with Soulcast, not a huge amount of damage done. Still trying though, Robin. Oh, a little bit more damage done to Jenko there. Need to try and pull himself back a little bit if he can. Bomb will be recovered by ZNX. Look to try and push it down towards B potentially, but can still come back. Seconds left on the clock. That bomb needs to start heading towards the side soon, and it would appear if the call has gone out for ZNX to regroup with his team. Let's try this push onto A side. Cryptics and Pulse still holding B. We do have Jenko as well as Russ and Robin standing by waiting for London esports to push on them. Oh, that first shot does connect, but not enough as it gone through box. Flashbangs will go out onto site and allow the teams to push on. Jenko picks up one, but he's knocked back by ZNX. Robin picks up two with Russ chiming in there with an AWP kill onto Soulcast, but Robin seals the victory there to get the 10th round for Endpoint. 11 rounds in, 10 rounds going to Endpoint so far. Deagles all round with a scout also being used there by Soulcast. Soulcast, as we saw in the last game, was going huge with kills, but this game doesn't seem to be matching up too well with him so far. That headshot with Cryptics to ZNX will put to rest that flank at least anyway. Long is being used by Leaf and JS. Jenko will get the first, he's going to push to get the second, and does. Last bullet gets third kill onto Emai. Soulcast is there, last man standing, and Jenko is out for blood, and he will get it. Round 11 go into Endpoint, into round 12. Rounds to 0. It's not the Endpoint that we saw in the last game. Not the London esports, sorry, that we saw in the last game. The economy difference is astounding as well. He takes a little bit of damage. He's able to himself a little bit further back. Jenko will take Emai down. Leafy will end Jenko's rampage there. Robin. Oh, Russ. Very unlucky there with Soulcast. Gets the first onto Leaf. Soulcast is able there to trade. Cryptics is dangerously close to ZNX. That smoke grenade providing all the cover. ZNX needs to try and get himself a little bit more room, a little bit more maneuver. Molly will come out and force ZNX's hand and make him push onto site. Even Soulcast 1v3. He has HP and he also has utility that he can use to try and help him push onto his site. They do need a round, but I'm starting to think they need that AK more for the next round, if I'm honest with you. Soulcast getting picked up there by Cryptics. Just gives his second of this round. 12 rounds to nothing at the moment for Endpoint, going into round 13 in the first map of this best of 3. We see a buy coming in from London esports. So they have quite a big loss bonus built up there. Should be around 3,400, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. We're able to do some damage to Leaf. As you say, the curse of the commentator, but it's looking all Endpoint at the moment. I will take some damage, so we'll... Oh, ZNX with Robin just decimating his head there. Jenko and Russ now coming on to the B side. Russ has an AWP, so he can take his time a little bit here. Jenko, as we've seen the last couple of rounds, is ready for blood essentially and wants to go for as much as he possibly can. Certainly he moves around. He'll look to try and get the pick if he can. He spots EMI out. Put some shots his direction. Wasn't able to connect. Needs to connect with these and does indeed. 13-0 at the moment. All Endpoint. As London Esports haven't seemed to have turned up to this game. Little mistakes here and there coming in from London Esports, which is affecting them dearly, unfortunately. Oh, Jenko goes big again, taking Leaf and EMI down. Russ is there to back him up. Russ will get SoCas through ZNX. ZNX is able to secure a kill onto Russ, but isn't able to continue afterwards. 14-0 at the moment to Endpoint, going into round 15, the last of this half. We might even be seeing my first 60-0 in the last couple of days on stream. EMI gets the opening pick onto Russ, dropping that up from Endpoint's grasp. Jenko is again still pushing hugely aggressive to try and keep the London Esports team out of this fight. Bomb will make its way back down towards T-Spawn. As the rotate starts to come in, Jenko putting some shots out, able to connect with anything, but just making sure they know that he's still there. But the bomb has gone all the way down. Cryptix gets the first two. EMI and Leaf walking into each other there. Pulse puts some shots down towards JS and manages to connect. Cryptix, just like Jenko, out for blood. Endpoint will want to win this last round, taking him into the next. Oh, the head is up. ZNX. There's just not enough space for him to be able to pick Cryptix there. I don't think they could have seen him. But Cryptix will pick up JS. And Pulse is standing by, will take ZNX down and also SoCas. 15-0 going into the second half. That is an amazing start to this bracket for Endpoint. 15-0 in the first half. In this one they go straight to map 2. We've only been playing for 24 minutes, if that. I'm not quite sure what's happened with this London Esports team. So strong in the last 2 maps they've played, but it doesn't seem to be working out for them. Pulse gets the opening pick onto EMI. He is the solo player down to B, as Long A is the route the rest of his teammates are going to push. We do still see SoCas now calling for the rotate. He is able to land a shot onto Robin. SoCas gets the first and the second, looking for 2 more if he can. He's not able to secure the kill onto Robin straight away, but will in the end. JS comes up in time to help him take down Russ. As London Esports look actually very strong and confident going into the second half. Pulse in an unthinkable situation in a 1v4 will pick up Soulcast, but Leaf is there to finish the job. Not a 16-0. London Esports do take one, but Endpoint still 15-1. That's a huge deficit to try and recover from. And again, last game in the first map, we did see London Esports take 13 rounds on the bounce. Anything's possible. That fire damage is going to have a big impact on Robin, Jenko and Cryptics getting hit there as well. First kill coming in from Leaf. He might take in Jenko down, but Cryptics with a mad jump managed to land a number of shots into the forehead of Emai. Leaf also goes down to Russ and Pulse. Cryptics now with MP9 in hand will look to try and use this. Cryptics manages to get ZNX down, but Soulcast is there to trade. 2v2 now with Pulse and Russ. Though going into round 17. Pulse and Russ looking to push forward onto site if they can. We'll get the opening hits onto Soulcast. Unfortunately, Russ isn't able to secure the kill and get the plant. 15-2 in favour of Endpoint. We had a number of gamers on the main stage today. I believe the last one before this was League of Legends, maybe? Or Watch, I know it was earlier on. 15-2 going into round 18. Endpoint clearly wanting to get this over with as soon as possible, but maybe making a little bit too many mistakes there. Back live after the pause and watching London Esports try to claw back as many rounds as they can. 15-2 at the moment into round 18, but as we can see, Endpoint have a bye round, so we need to see what they're going to look to do with all this utility. Oh, Cryptics takes the head clean off Leafy. Does respond and gets a kill onto Russ. Smoke will go down to cover the crossover. Pulse picks up JS. This leaves 2 men left alive on London Esports. Jenko is pushing up. Oh, he's so dangerous with that SG. And it's now a 1v4 for Soulcast. We have seen him do a lot of damage in these sort of situations, but I'm not certain he's going to be able to pull this one off, unfortunately, as the bomb makes its way to A site and will get planted by Robin. Soulcast now needing to pull off perceived as the impossible, really, in getting a 1v4 clutch. Same point about all the time in the world to set up a defense. Cryptics is bouncing up and down to try and see if they can pick. Soulcast gets the first. He is going to look to try and make a maneuver around, but where to? That is the question. Cryptics is laying shots into him through that smoke, and Jenko will pick up the kill in the end. 16-2 to Endpoint in the first map.